to go after just one lost child is such a beautiful imitation of Christ. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for being that example in the world. And I want to thank you for all of the work you're doing and the work that you've done.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay, well, you guys are successfully destroying me on stream, so thank you. If you've not been around recently, you may not know that I've put a crap load of time, effort, energy, and a little bit of money into supporting the Sound of Freedom. So I'm really excited about that. He sent me a 10-minute clip. I downloaded it, and we're going to watch it here on the stream. Diesel, Timcast is great. I've seen like old stuff of theirs, and I liked half of it. You know, I know that Tim is a massive fence sitter, and it would drive me crazy when he would say something perfectly rational, and then he would say something that made absolutely no sense just so that he could stay on the fence. And I'm just like, come on, dude. All right, so we're going full house here. We're getting after it. If you guys don't mind, please like the stream so it boosts it in the algorithm and shows it to more people. The thing I really love is that you screen recorded this with the live chat, because I feel like the live chat's going to add to the video.
And to give my life for a cause, for a mission, for something that is bigger than myself.
Kim McCursey says, it ain't much, Timbo, but please, if possible, forward these super chat funds to Tim Ballard's cause. Thanks. I'll one-up that. I will donate all of the chat revenue to the Spear. Is that
Spear Fund?
Spear Fund, the best way to put it?
Yeah.
And I'll put 10,000 towards the pay it forward for the film.
God bless
Thank you so much.
When we're wrapping up,
Thank
easy,
you.
easy.
Dude, okay, for one, their chat goes hard. I mean, you can see people throw in super chats so that their chat can be seen because it's moving so fast. I mean, they rack up some money. So if he's going to forward all the super chat to the Spear Fund, that's already a bunch of money. And then he's going to throw 10K on top straight to the movie. That's amazing. That's so awesome.
Easy for me to do. Easy for me to say. It's not that, you know, I don't like, we can do it. We're going to do it.
Let me tell you why this is so important. There's a lot of families that are listening to interviews that they have 4 children, five children. They cannot afford to bring everyone to the experience because Sound of Freedom is a cinematic experience, right? That you cannot see that on TV or on social media. Film is different. Film changed your life, right? So because of your generosity, thousands of people will go and see the film for free. And we're saving lives right there. And the movement is growing. And more people in media are talking about the success of the film. So you put pressure. We're going to show the movie on the 25th, brother, on the Capitol Hill. Can you imagine that? That's powerful because you're going to have Congress from both sides.
Dang, you're seeing these super chats coming in? Like, obviously, people watch all the time. They super chat occasionally. But then he's like, hey, all of these super chats are going there. And they just started going hard. You saw the chats blowing up. And that's what I was talking about in the prior video. When I made the reaction review to the trailer of the movie, and I had said that the people at the very bottom who just follow these guys, if you work together, you could put some pressure on the creators, and then they will start to share the movie. And, I mean, the plan isn't because of me, because I see how many views my videos got compared to all the other videos. But the idea was that the grassroots movement pushes and demands for these videos to be made. And then these creators who are getting bigger and bigger and bigger as they're branching out are all backing the movie. And it's to the point where like Fox News brought it in and Jesse Waters is like, oh, I haven't seen the movie. And is the movie about this? And it's like he's clueless about it in the interview. So I don't feel like Fox, owned by the Dem dude, is wanting to be featuring all of that, but there's so much pressure from the lower level conservative commentators and such that like you can't not cover it. And that's what's starting to happen. It's like everyone with a following at all is like, we have to cover this because it's just the news right now. It is the thing. We have to talk about it. So it's really cool. I'm excited about it. And that's great that you guys were able to, send me. This is from Lamb of God. He sent this to me. And it's just really cool that you were able to be there when they just went ham, the whole freaking army of people, and they're spending, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 at a time, and it all adds up for the movie. Really cool.
Republicans and Democrats, right? They're going to see the film and then a panel with Jim, Tim, and myself. Can you imagine moving the hearts of the most important decision makers in the world who are living here in Washington, D.C.? This is a huge opportunity. You know, the only reason why they're doing that? The only reason why they're doing that is because of the success of the film. I mean, we can change the world if more people see this film. We're competing with Mission Impossible right now. And you know what? As much as I like to...
Yes, you're competing with Mission Impossible and Indiana Jones and all that. And they had a $14 million budget, and they blew it up. Dagnar came in the chat. You said, what, 54 mil they're up to right now? That is wild. It's all, look at the percentages. They're crushing it. Christy Brown gifted a membership. That's awesome. Oh, to Dan. Hey, what's up, Dan? Welcome to the chat. This is wild. And I love that they're going to DC. They're going to play it in front of all those people. And what are they going to say? They're going to be like, oh, this is conspiracy garbage. It's like, dude, Tim's right there. He did all this. He knew those kids, knows those kids. They're real. And as he said in that Fox interview, it's going to be really awkward when the kids tell their stories. And it's all real. And it's so much worse than the movie even portrays. And one side is acting like it's not. So it's freaking wild, man.
Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible. That movie won't save lives. Sound of Freedom is changing the culture, is saving lives, and is inspiring so many people to become ambassadors of freedom. So thank you for your generosity, and I hope a lot of people that are listening to this interview, this podcast, they go right now when this interview finished to angel.com/freedom, angel.com/freedom, and pay it forward. So
okay, and in my video that I'm going to make of this, I will link that website in the description, and I'll pin it as the top comment. So if you want to go buy some tickets, I did that in the trailer video. Just bought some tickets, and it just goes into a fund where people can go and request free tickets. It's amazing. It's a really good idea. And if anyone doesn't claim the tickets at the end, it just goes into like the profit budget of Angel Studios, which could be a worse way to spend money than that. I'm just saying. Stephanie said 54 mil. It's a lot of money to help. I'm assuming that's where some of it's going. Yeah, I would say at least some of the profits got to go to Tim and his Operation Underground Railroad. There's no way that they're not helping fund that a little bit.
somebody else can see the movie for free because of your generosity.
I should have said this at the start of the show, but I will elaborate too. So the way it works, we have this meter here on YouTube that shows us the total amount of super chats that came in during the show. What happens is YouTube takes 35%, we get the rest. Forget the 35%. The total number that's there, I'm going to donate to your organization. And then 10,000 towards the pay it forward for people to be able to watch this movie, to be able to go see it if they can. It. And so now everyone's dumping in the super chats, and that was the intended position. So basically, I'll cover that 35% cut that YouTube takes to make sure the full amount of the chat revenue goes to your organization. We're currently at $3,600.
You know what's messed up about that? Because, I mean, he's bringing that up. If I ever get super chats, it's YouTube takes 35%. It is just how they operate. And so he's going to cover that. But when you set up a stream, you can set up for your super chats to go to a charitable organization or whatever. And then they don't take money from the super chat. So YouTube isn't classifying Operation Underground Railroad or Spearhead or whichever thing he has as a charitable organization. So Tim has to come out of pocket to give them the 100% of the super chats. I just thought we need to clarify that. So that's kind of wild because that's basically giving to charity. I mean, it's even better than charity because it goes to saving kids instead of office supplies and dinners and hotels for the conventions that those people in those big charity organizations go to and don't actually spend the money on the stuff that they're trying to help with. So that's just like a drives me crazy kind of thing. But that's super cool. I mean, that's a lot of money. And like he said, The second he said he was going to do that, people started dropping a lot of money quickly into the super chat. So he's going to have a pretty big bill.
And we'll wrap up the show from here because we're going to go to the members only portion of the show over at timcast.com. So as we're closing out, if you'd like to contribute to the super chats, I will immediately, as we're on the members only, I will be making that contribution in the full amount of all of our super chat revenue plus the donation to the movie, because we've been talking about doing this thing where we give $10,000 every month to someone engaged in a cultural effort that's going to be a positive impact. I won't consider this that. We'll still try and find someone that we can give, who needs the money to get their project going. But I will absolutely see to it that, we'll do that because.
See, you guys, you're the guys.
Whoa.
You're
Oh,
the
snap.
movement.
Someone threw
You're
5 G's
changing,
in there.
Culture
like one
because
person.
We did our part. We made a movie, but without the people, without you, we go nowhere. So it's amazing how we're coming together, and I believe that together we will end this nightmare. We will bring freedom to the children that are not free right now.
I just realized a mistake with everything I was just saying. I can't give the total amount of super chats to your organization because people could just do that on their own. They could literally just go to your organization and make that donation. I'm going to double it. Whatever you guys do in super chats by the end of the show, I'm going to match it.
Oh, super chats are flying in.
Right.
Super
Well,
chat.
I was just thinking, I was
Say
like,
something
why,
cool.
why should I ask
Wow.
people to give me money for my show and then just give it to you when they could do that themselves? I'll match it one for one.
Thank you so much, man.
No, easy
Amazing.
for me to do.
Look at
I
Yeah.
know. Look at this,
Let's
man.
rock and
People,
roll.
those are the ambassadors of freedom right there, brother.
I'm going to match it 100%.
That's the movement. You think they're gonna stop this
Amazing.
movement? Who's gonna stop this movement, brother? Nobody.
I want to say we got to go to the members only.
Oh my God, hang on. We got to rewind. There's another huge one. I
I go to
can't
members
see,
only.
It's too fast.
And I
It
want to say
doesn't
one
matter.
final thing before we do the outros.
Oh my
and
gosh.
give people an opportunity to send in those super chats. I will match them. The Tim Mateo scene in that film, it made me feel something indescribable. I call it divine intervention, but it's indescribable. That moment where you rescue a kid who gives you a name tag with your own name on it. I have no words for what, but for me, it makes me believe that everything we're doing it has a purpose, has a reason. We are here for something bigger than us, something better than us, that will make everything better, that will improve things, that will lead us to whatever the plan is. We are instruments of it. The work you guys have done. So, thank you so much for what you're doing, guys. Timcast.com. Become a member. We're gonna have that members only show coming up in a minute. But if you guys want to shout anything out as we wrap up, Tim.
Just gratitude. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe that there.
Dude, this is going wild. Holy crap. Oh, that's what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted. Oh my gosh. I gotta play the short. I gotta play the short for you. Like, you don't understand where this is for me.
Children are no longer for sale.
As you know, I have a baby channel and I am like Aldi's clearance aisle broke. Okay. Like, I don't have money like that. I put my money where my mouth is with this kind of stuff. Okay. So we're going to buy some tickets. So I really hope somebody with a bigger following and a much bigger wallet than me will get some freaking tickets to help with this movie.
God's children are no longer for sale.
And it happened. It wasn't me. It wasn't because of me. But it was like a worldwide plan that needed to happen. And it's happening. So it's such a relief. Seeing a video like that is just massive, man. Like, it's so crazy. Because that's what I wanted. And I couldn't do it with what I had, but that was the whole idea, is that, like, we got to push and push and push and just have it avalanche uphill. Like, you got to push so hard that the bigger people start to get involved, who, like I said, they have the following, they have the wallet, and they can go ham. So, like, it's a lot even just to watch this. Like, it's so great. Yeah, and I see Lamb. You said that full video you did inspired me to talk to mods in Tom's Discord and Tim's Discord. Yeah, that's sick, man. And yeah, I saw he was referring to a mod in that, asking if he would push push it forward, push forward the super chats. So I was assuming, based on that there's a general consensus in the chat that like they should be helping the movie, and then that got pushed uphill to the mod, to Tim, and then he made the decision. But that came with pressure, you know what I mean? So the good pressure there, it's amazing. Watching the super chats is just insane, because as soon as they said, "Oh, I'll pay the fee and give it to them," and then they just went nuts. And then he's like, "Hey, I'll pay the fee and double it." That's freaking crazy, dude. That's a lot.
There's this many people. The silent majority has risen. I never dreamed it would happen, but I have hope. For the first time, I have hope that we could actually make an enormous impact in the fight against child slavery.
Gratitude is how we felt, and I'm from Mexico. I'm Catholic. I believe in the power of prayer. I want to ask permission. Can I say Hail Mary for all the kids around the world?
Absolutely.
Please.
En nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Our Lady Guadalupe, pray for us. En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amen. Que viva la libertad.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Your film's an inspiration. It was an amazing film. I was entertained. I was moved. This has been amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Seamus, you want to say anything as we wrap up?
I want to shout out everything that you guys are doing. And Tim, you've been very humble in saying things like, "Oh, the storytellers are the people starting the movement, and we're a part of this movement." And I do believe there's power in story, but sir, what you are doing and what you are saying about yourself it's such a massive understatement. You have changed so many lives, and to go after just one lost child is such a beautiful imitation of Christ. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for being that example in the world. And I want to thank you for all of the work you're doing and the work that you've done.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay, well, you guys are successfully destroying me on stream, so thank you. He's totally right, because Tim is very humble. He's so humble. He's like, yeah, these producers and actors and media people, like, they're the ones that are going to fix everything. And it's like, you went intentionally unarmed into the belly of the beast to go rescue children from a life of absolute horror and nightmare, and like risked your safety, your life over and over and over again. And you are the superhero of the story. And then, and then he just won't claim it. It's amazing. It's very moving. And just him talking about the movie, obviously I saw the movie. So the scene he's referring to is crazy. That's a real life thing that happened. He shows up, and like you said, it's real, and he talked about it, so it's not like a spoiler or anything, but like, he rescues the boy, and it's the same boy that he had seen in those videos that he had to watch. So he recognized him. And then the boy who he rescued gives him the necklace that has his name on the necklace. Like, could you imagine you're the guardian angel for somebody, and like, they knew you were coming, prayed you would come, and then you're like, yeah, it's me, I'm Tim, I'm here to save you. And he's like, I know, it says it on the necklace. And he's like, obviously, you could save my sister then. Oh, man. I have 3 kids, and Keegan's pregnant with twins. So soon to be 5. And I can't even imagine, dude. Like, the trail of bodies around the world that I would leave to try and find them. And then some people say it's not a concern, that it's a conspiracy theory and all that. That's It's crazy. All right, let's finish this out. We got to finish this out.
People are going to follow you guys on Twitter. We got at Tim Ballard. We have at E. Verastegui.
No, I mean, in English, I'm sorry. E. Verastegui.
Let me spell that out. It's EVERASTEGUI.
There you go. E. Verastegui.
On a side note, Tim, someone told me that you work with Tim Kennedy or have in the past. Is that true? Have you ever worked with Tim Kennedy before?
No.
Someone told me a lie. Well, maybe you will in the future. I love that man. He went over to Afghanistan during the surrender and was pulling people out over the course of a week, and just freaking inspiration after inspiration, man. Thank you guys so much.
No, thank you. Let's make America and Mexico free again. Together we're stronger.
I would love. I fully agree. And last thing, of course, it's spearfund.org and ourrescue.org. All right, let's move this along.
This is going to wrap up the live portion of the show as we go to the members only. And when I said I would give you the super chat revenue, we had $3,000 in super chats. We now have $21,000 in super chats.
Wow.
So I'm going to click end stream and we're going to go to timcast.com. But I just asked my girlfriend to bring up a personal check, so I'm going to be writing you guys a check for $42,000.
Wow.
Wow. God bless you.
At least. Because they're still super chatting.
At least, because now it's $44,000. All right, we're going to go to timcast.com. This has been amazing. We'll see you guys over there. Thanks for hanging out.
He's like, we gotta close this down, guys. we gotta stop it. Oh man, that's so much. And it's just been going through. Some it's $1.99, it's $5, it's $10, $20, $30, $50, $100, $500, and I saw one for $5,000. But the point is that it's one person at a time doing what they can. And if all you can do is claim a free ticket and go see it, that's what you can do. Or, like Lamb said, going into the chat and trying to push for them just an idea, just to plant the seed of an idea. Hey, all these super chats, it'd be cool if they helped the movie. And then getting enough people to rally around that for the mods to then go after it. Christy, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's as much love to you, Keegan, and the kids. I really mean it. Thank you. But it's just crazy, dude. It's just a small idea that goes everywhere, and it's the winning issue of our time. Like, this could save the world. I'm from Rochester, New York, and my first language was Spanish until I was like 4, and then I forgot it. But my Mexican immigrant grandparents were migrant workers from Mexico. And it's just really funny. So there's all this craziness with the southern border. And like, anyone with a brain and a heart knows that it's bad to have a completely open border. The cartels run it. So it's illegal stuff that's coming back and forth. And they're using kids to facilitate that. And it's disgusting and evil and terrible. And this guy and so many others know, like, if you're going to make us and Mexico free, you got to close down the border, period. There's like so many different parts of this that hit. So that was an epic video. That was really cool. Thank you, Lamb, for doing the recording and sending that into the Discord. I'm really glad I got to see it with the super chats in the replay. That would not have been the same otherwise. Said Benjamin, wonder how many people they need that won't get recognized to pose as creeperos, because Tim's face will definitely get recognized around the world. Yeah, they definitely need some help now. He can't just do it all. He's too recognizable. And it's funny how you said Tim, and I thought you were talking about Tim Pool, because that was an issue for him, is that he started to get too famous. So when he would go to protests and stuff to do his undercover work and journalism stuff, he would get heckled and harassed and threatened because people knew who he was and what he was doing. So he couldn't just blend in anymore. And I assume Tim runs into the same issue. So he's got to do like high-level operation stuff, not necessarily going in undercover, unless he's got like really great disguises set up. And Dagnar says we need a border wall like Israel. Every 100 meters has a manned fighting position. Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit that way. All right, well, we're going to keep the party going because, as I said in the thumbnail, it's podcasters, and it's artists. There's a lot of different people from different types of media. Like I said, anyone with a following is trying to push for this message of the problem with our kids, with child trafficking, with all that, is the worst and most important thing that we have going on. And it's a unifying issue because everyone on the side of fixing it, regardless of the little bit of differences we have, you would be considered the good guys. And then anyone who doesn't want to fix it or pretends that it doesn't exist is for sure the bad guys. Like you're bad, period. There is no exceptions to the rule. If you're like, hey, this movie is a conspiracy theory, hey, this isn't really happening. If you're Mike Rothschild on MSNBC or whatever saying that this is like crazy QAnon stuff, that an elite group run trafficking rings, it's like, bro, Epstein got caught with an island that he had his island parties with his elite friends that he was trafficking kids to. Like, we all know that is real. That happened. That's not mystery. That's not conspiracy. Some of us have seen some of the pictures of that dungeon, bro. Like, you gotta get out of here with this fakeness. So, like I said, one side, good people. Other side, definitely bad people. So I've put so many videos, so much time, so much effort. I've learned new skills just to help with this video, with this movie. Like, it's freaking crazy. And it feels like it's just like demonetized, shadow banned, suppressed. And it hurts so bad because I'm just like, I wish it went to more people.